front. To my knowledge, does fracking cause earthquakes? Yup, yes, definitely, for sure. In two ways. Indirectly and directly. By indirectly, I mean that when a well is fracked, and a typical shale gas well in British Columbia is fracked with 40 or 50 million gallons, I should say liters, 40 or 50 million liters of fracking fluid. Much of that fluid comes back up the well after the fracking process, and that's called flowback. So that's a waste. It's no longer drinking water. It's now wastewater. It's contaminated. So it has to be captured, it has to be stored, it has to be transported, and it has to be put someplace safe forever. In the United States, in most cases, it's re-injected back underground in a waste disposal well. A waste disposal well is typically an old oil or gas well that is no longer producing oil or gas. So it's now capable of receiving large volumes of waste fluid. The problem is that this process has been overdone. Overdone in places like Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Ohio, and England, among others. And in the process of injecting down underground, deep underground, large volumes of this waste fluid at high pressure, faults, naturally occurring faults in the earth, have been mobilized. So hold your hands together. I can't see you, but take your hands and put them together as if you're going to clap. All right? So between your hands is a fault. That's a crack. It's a natural crack. Now, slide your hands relative to each other. You just made an earthquake. Now, when you inject fluid underground and that fluid gets into that fault, your hands become slippery and they slide easier. And if you inject the fluid under too high a pressure, you basically take the pressure off of your hands so that they're barely touching, and now they're easier to slide. There you go. Human-made earthquakes in 15 seconds, using your hands. So how often has this happened? Well, in Oklahoma, I'm showing you a plot here that says in 2000, there was exactly one earthquake of magnitude 3 or greater. In 2015, there were 680. Notice starting in 2009, the drastic increase in earthquake activity in a place where there had never been any significant earthquake activity. It just so happens that that's the period of time in which shale gas and super fracking came into play in the United States. Not only in Oklahoma, but a number of other states. So much so that now the United States Geological Survey, which issues maps of earthquake intensity and earthquake risk, now shows that the area in Oklahoma and Kansas and Arkansas and Texas, where there has been a large amount of shale gas and oil fracking and waste disposal, has very high risk of earthquakes. We've now made Oklahoma as risky as San Francisco. Thank you, oil and gas. I'm sure the people of Oklahoma really appreciate what you